Greetings, Lisa here, interdimensional 5D. If you go to sleep at night and wake up and feel like you've did something, more than likely you have. We consider this that you're working for the army of the Lord or you're working for the army of the bad guys. Either way, I'm speaking to you. These theorems are based on Delores Cannon's work, reading the Bible, my own personal experiences, and the fact that I study a little bit of the ancient alien theory stuff. Now, I'm wearing a googly eye today. My grandson has a thing with putting googly eyes in places, so this is my Halloween costume today. Actually, I'm going to wear the wig tonight when I hand out candy. The kids are going to go trick or treating, and I'm going to man the house. This is Samhain, so happy Halloween. This is when, as a pagan, if you practice that, we look at what our accomplishments have been and where we stand, and tomorrow actually starts the new year. What do they call it? There's a religiosity day that is tomorrow in Catholicism. My mother used to practice that, and I can't remember off the top of my head. But tonight is a night. I don't often cook Italian food, but I am today. I made a pot of sauce, and I'm going to make lasagna. And I'm going to leave lasagna out like a piece for my ancestors with a candle. And my grandfather, some of you who have been tormenting me might see some old Italian guys harassing you at night in the dream time. Those would be my grandfathers. So if you torment me in the daytime, they torment you at night. So happy Halloween. They'll be there in their normal tormenting ritual, and I'm going to be thanking them for doing that to you. Anyway, I this is for somebody special. There's a confusion based on the court proceedings of stuff that's happened to a specific individual, and people in their minds, they use the word Sybil and Sharisha and Jesus, and they call this person all sorts of things. But anyway, I'm going to read some words from the Second Corinthians, and hopefully that this might clear some of that up. But before I read, after writing what I'm about to read, and I had pulled cards, but I'm not going to show that to you. Michael said to not do it. Michael the angel said, "It's been time well spent," meaning this whole thing between Michael and I and all of you antagonistic elitists, for whatever reason, Michael thinks it's time well spent. I think some of you all have been converted. Some have walked away from witchcraft and warlock stuff. Not all, by any means, but some have. And kudos to you if you did. It's not always easy walking away from groups. 2 Corinthians 4 through 7, then 12, and then down here I have 13 through 15. But we have all this treasure in jars of clay. In the previous passages, he's talking about the light within us. So the reference is we are jars, we, our bodies. To show that this all surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. We always carry around in our body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus might also be revealed in our body. For we who are alive are always being given over to death for Jesus' sake, so that his life may also be revealed in our mortal body. So then, Death is at work in us, but life is at work in you. It is written, I believed, therefore I have spoken. Since we have that same spirit of faith, we also believe and therefore speak. Because we know that the one who raised the Lord Jesus from the dead will also raise us with Jesus and present us with you to himself. All this is for your benefit, so that the grace that is reaching more and more people may cause thanksgiving to overflow to the glory of God. And I have in parentheses, so I recommend full disclosure. And that's referring to the court case. As I copied the previous words from the Bible, I heard a contingent of people talking in the spaces in between. I believe the people from the industry who resent and despise the industry that entertainment equates to a fear industry. These are the words I heard, as one person put it. I heard the words about sonic resonancing, and it pleased me. I'm overwhelmed by the hidden support. Thank you. I couldn't hear it all, for hearing from the spaces in between is choppy at best, and that group, meaning you who I heard talking about the industry, aren't the rapers of the well. Now, it's the rapers of the well I can hear very, very well because they've been in the well. I continually hear the words Bob and Folsom Prison. Why is Folsom Prison so important? Why do I hear it over and over? Then I heard that, yeah, well, after what happened yesterday. And now I don't have any idea what happened yesterday, okay? So there it is. That's all I'm reading today. You can make it really short and simple. I do have a message to Victor Radcliffe, of whom I wrote a story about. It's over, Victor. It has to be. Today's Halloween. It's the beginning of the holiday season. And I am not going through another holiday where these evil women can torment me about you. Okay? You're just a dream. You're not anything to me. You're not here in real life. You don't call me. You don't text me. We don't talk on the phone. You haven't come to my door. Love is an action. You can tell me you love me all you want in the dream time, but it doesn't mean anything. It does not mean an effing thing. And I think you get more out of that dream time than I do. After all, I'm the one stuck here without a job, without a husband, and virtually homeless. And you're not. You're doing very well for yourself from what I understand. So goodbye, Victor. I am not going through another holiday season where I can be played by people who I don't even know over you. Love is an action. Okay? It's more than just a word. I stayed with my husband for 25 years. That was an action of love. It was really an action of love for my son who has autism. I stayed to make sure that he was perfectly okay and fine. And it makes me laugh to know that some of you women have called me in on Child Protective Services. Nothing's ever happened to me. And I'm not the one standing trial for anything. You put the wig on. My husband sold my identity. I was put out there on the dark web. And I'm not fine by any means. I'm still struggling. But I'm not in court. Although I'd like to be able to voice my opinion and look at you all and watch you as you give your testimony about why you thought it was okay to debase a person. Now, I have one other thing to say about sexuality, which Miss Sophie, I call her Sapphire in the book, Lisa, there's no such thing as sin. If that's what they teach you in those limiting belief classes, I'm glad I never went to one. There is sin, and there's universal laws. The Ten Commandments is only a little tiny tip of the universal laws. As you will find out, Anyway, I'm going to do a quick pull from sexuality. They want me to go on about that a little bit more, Michael's saying. So these people have put some young buck in my path, as if. Because what? I haven't had sex in almost 3 years now. And they thought when I left, I'd just be jumping in the sacks with anybody. But I'm 68. And when you go through 2 horrific marriages, the last thing you want to do is have a relationship with anybody. And why would I want to be interested in having a karmic relationship? And a karmic relationship with somebody who's just too fucking young for me. That doesn't make any sense. And even my ex-husband was like, oh my God, has the amazing Lisa Bassini lost her... What was the word he used, Michael? Lost her confidence. No, it's not about losing confidence, but I actually cared about you, stupid MFer. And I've been grieving. And so the last message I gave, God had given me that vision of being alone in the wilderness. Well, sometimes you have to be alone. And they call me in the cards, I'm a hermit. I'm one of the hermits. There's more hermits out there than just me. But you spend time licking your wounds and trying to cipher out what went wrong. What was my part in it? And if that other person's not doing that, like my ex immediately, as soon as I was gone, he was in the sack with a whole bunch of women, which just amazes me because he's not attractive. But yet I think he made a lot of money off of me on the dark web. And I hope I get some of that money. Anyway, I have this weird feeling he thought I really knew Victor in real life. I've never met him. And he's just a freaking fantasy. And I think somebody else picked that fantasy out just because I said, I like him as an actor. He's my favorite actor. I don't get what happened to me completely. Okay? Other than it's about my sister wanted to keep the trust fund money and wants to prove me as crazy or prove me be a whore or prove me that I'm a drug addict. Look, I still have these diamonds. I mean, how am I a drug addict? And it's provable. As far as I can tell, it's been proven that you all have put me in a position to leave my home. And it's been proven that down here in Alabama, people have paid for me to be pushed out of my job. So, goodbye, Victor, because I'm not doing another holiday with people trying to make me pine for something I don't know. I don't know you. And I don't owe you anything. If anything, you owe me. If it's really been you in the well, you owe me. If some of the things I've heard you say to me, that I've done this, that, and the other thing for you, you owe me. And every time you sit in my well, you get contracts, you get the parts, you get to know people, you get to fuck women. And I don't have anything. So, goodbye, Victor. That's the end of that story. Because I am not going through another holiday season with Sapphire Hangington tormenting me over you. And she can do it from jail. Well, we got the fox today. Let's read that card. Earth sign. Oh, it's probably time to ground. And I've got a lot to do, Victor. I've got to pack up and it won't be too much longer. I'm out of here. I'm out of here with a little bit of fear and trepidation as I hear these people try to fill me with fear and trepidation that I'm gonna get beat up in Mississippi. I'm gonna get beat up in Kansas City. What's her name? The one who pretends to be Lilith, who gave what's his name a cocaine with strychnine in it, as if I would go to a party with my ex-husband. I don't want to be seen with that guy, let alone party with him. Phew. Look. Fox. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They're quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. And it says smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. So there it is. Have a safe Halloween. I hope you enjoy your night. Remember, to some of you, you should thank your ancestors. If you've been given a lot, give thanks for what you have. Okay? And stick with your partners if you love them. Anyway, I think most of you are amazing, and I love you dearly. Have a safe Halloween and be well, friends. Bye now.